Bravery is a skill, not a personality trait, and it is the fastest, most powerful skill to creating the career and life you really want. I'm Nicole Steinbach, the International Bravery Coach and your host. I'm a former global senior director in the tech industry who's worked in over 25 countries. I'm now a certified and proven coach serving professional women like you all over the world. My promise is that you will stress less, work less, and then earn more. The Celebrate Brave podcast is for you, so make sure you subscribe for weekly Brave inspiration, including proven frameworks for career and life success, my answers to your listener questions, and powerful conversations with my clients and other brave leaders. You are already brave. You can define what brave means for you and your goals and build your brave. In fact, you're already in the right place. So let's dive in. Hello. Today, we're focusing on the yes-no spiral. This episode wraps up the first 2 themed months of the Celebrate Brave podcast. First, we had November. Kickstarted it with a simple exercise on how to identify your no's, then welcomed 3 guests to talk about the power of no for them and how you can learn from them. Then kickstarted Yes December with a simple exercise for you to identify your yeses in an expansive way. And then 3 guests to talk about the power of yes and how you can learn from them. And today I am addressing the yes-no spiral. Because here's what most people experience. They identify their no's, they identify their yeses, and then they say, oh, there's a big gap. Uh-oh, crap. Me too. Probably you as well. Here's a few messages I want to share with you. First of all, congratulations. That stretch, that expansion, that's bravery. That's how you create a life, a career you actually want, that you enjoy, that's lucrative, that you don't feel like you need to escape. And the more that you build the skill of bravery, the greater those gaps will become, or perhaps just feel. And this episode addresses those gaps and, very importantly, how to close them. So if in this moment you're feeling a big stretch, you're feeling vulnerable, you're feeling perhaps even threatened, stay. I've got you. If those feelings are overwhelming, stop playing around. For whatever reason, something inside of you is getting triggered. Maybe it's been a big birthday. Maybe it's watching someone else get the goal that you wanted and they don't necessarily deserve it, if you know what I'm saying. Depending on what's going on, you're going to want to work with a coach. Send me an email, Nicole@Steinbach.com, or you're going to work with a therapist. And there's lots of opportunities for you to work with someone on that. All right. The yes-no spiral. Now, for longtime listeners, thank you. And also, this theme has been all the way through almost every single episode, but now I'm bringing it to the front. I even had a listener send in a question, which was, what do I do when I've outgrown a goal? When I got what I wanted and now I don't want it anymore. That was episode 108, if you want to listen to that. Here's the reality. Every no becomes a yes. Every yes becomes a no. Every no becomes a yes. Every yes becomes a no. Otherwise stated, every no becomes a yes, becomes a no. And we just continue to spiral. In my onboarding, in my welcoming letter, I have a series of images for my clients that show a number of different types of spirals. Because no matter how you're experiencing growth and change, it is a spiral. It can be a chaotic, painful, out of control, overlapping, up, down, all wacky spiral. That's what we want to say no to. Or it can be a life affirming, curiosity, uneven spiral of growth and change. It's always a spiral. There are some ways to support you in the spiral, especially when my clients begin to say to me, or just people out in the wild when I'm giving speeches or I'm in small groups or I'm in a networking call or I'm at my kids' school and I hear people say, oh, I can't believe we're back here again. I can. It's a spiral. We learn from every situation and we have the choice to spiral in the direction we wish for or to spiral out of control. And I wish for you, and you're actually listening to a podcast called Celebrate Brave because that's what you wish for yourself as well. So the yes, no spiral. The underlying foundation is, of course, the Build Your Brave framework. The first part is clarity, your goal, and sharing it with other people. This is the what. What are you spiraling to? What is your yes, no spiral? What are you growing out of? What are you growing towards? What? Okay. Then accountability, who you are becoming, who, and the work to get to the who. And then momentum, the how, taking actions and feeling your way towards success. This is where we dive into the career action plan. Now, this is not something I'm pretty sure I've referenced it on the podcast, but I don't think I've ever actually shared it. And I'm not going to go in incredible detail. Why? Number one, I am a one-on-one coach. I work with every single one of my clients in a bespoke, unique way. So if I sit here and I talk about some sort of template for career, they're going to be so confused. They're going to be like, why did Nicole not give me that template? Because the template doesn't exist. As you know, I've been coaching now full time for, I think, 4 years, something like that. And before that, I did coaching baked into my job. So I have, oh gosh, I don't even know. I have a lot of years of coaching experience. Okay. And I have seen with all of the people that I have had the incredible benefit of coaching and partnering with for their success, their career success, a template spins everybody out. Listen, it slows down your growth. There is no template for your career success. Now, there are beautiful best practices out there. There are wonderful partners and educators and organizations and coaches, etc. You can start there, but you have to make it your own. I'm really speaking out about this very specifically. There are places where I can give you a best practice, where I can give you a framework. And then there's the actual implementation that has to be unique to you. Okay. But I can still tell you the overarching steps and you can make it your own. And I can partner with you to make it your own. You want to make a lot of money? You got to be yourself in your career. Okay. You got to stress less. You got to work less, especially in that overworking in your mind, so that you can earn a lot of money. You follow anybody's best practice cookie cutter thing to the T, you're not going to have the growth you could have. Now, I know a number of you listen for other goals. First of all, wow, thank you for your emails. I really appreciate it. You can use these for those other goals. Okay. I support my clients in the first line with their career, but you can use this for other goals. Here we go. Here's how you close the yes, no spiral, that gap, right? Here's how you step into an empowering, expansive spiral and close the gap between your yes and your no. First of all, you've already set your goal. You know what your yeses are. You choose, step 2, you choose your strategy. Step 3, you decide on a very small set of steps and actions. Step 4, you evaluate regularly, stress the regularly. 5, you tweak and you shift those actions based on your experience and your results. I'm going to give you an example. So a client of mine is looking for a brand new role. For a variety of reasons, they are unable to continue physically in the career that they chose when they were much younger. That's their goal. So when they set their goal, you guys know, we all know that I protect my clients' privacy. If they are in the place where they want to share their story, they come onto the podcast. Otherwise, I don't share identifying information. So the goal is actually significantly more specific, but that's all y'all getting. Okay. So she chose her combined strategy. It had 2 parts. The first part was spray and cold apply, and the second one was networking. I'll be real frank with you. She chose the second part, the networking, because I told her, and then in the group call that where my clients get together, the most successful clients were like network, network, network. And so she's like, fine, I guess I'll network. Ugh. Right. So anyways, this is an example of taking a best practice, but making it your own. So that was her strategy. And then she chose 3 concrete actions. The first one was sign up for therapy because the rejection was pulling up a significant amount of trauma. And I am not a trauma certified professional. I'm a trauma informed human, but not that. So that was the first part, was that action and crafting a pace for the therapy. The second one was she set a goal, 3 applications, 3 connections each week. And then the third one was around rest. All right. So that's what she chose. So she has her combined strategy, and then she has a very small set of actions, momentum inside of her strategy that she tracks. Then she began to evaluate. She evaluated every single week. And I noticed that when her motivation was going down, when the spiral began to get not positive, I noticed that she was actually evaluating more than that. So my clients have the opportunity to share everything in a Google Doc. And I just noticed that those were getting populated. If my client does not tag me, I don't go in there and I don't review what they're doing. That's their personal space. But if they tag me or if they say, please look at this, I always go over it. And if appropriate, I give feedback. Otherwise, for me, I see it as an FYI, right? Like an information perspective. So in those sets of evaluations, there were zero responses to her applications, 0. And she noted there was a growing interest in having conversations. If you want to know what the evaluation framework is, please listen to episode 74. I'm not going to go all the way through it. It's out of the scope of this, but it's an incredibly helpful framework. Okay. So then she began to tweak her actions, not her strategy, her actions. If you are changing your strategy, that's not a tweak. That's a significant change. So where she landed was 3 apps, but in less than 90 minutes a week. It created a lot of focus for her. 3 applications, no more than 90 minutes a week, and then 4 connections a week. Okay. The therapy was going really well, and I was supporting with additional mindset skills that were future focused. Okay. Then she evaluated again. A couple of things started coming out, a couple of themes. Got significant resume feedback. Okay. If you are unsure about your resume and your LinkedIn, please go back to episode 129. Kate Wade, who is an expert in this area, she's trusted by so many top executives on both sides of the table, either applying or hiring, to create and review resumes. The way resumes are written has transformed in the last 5 years. If you don't feel super confident about your resume, you need to go listen to those episodes. Also, she noticed her energy was up when she was connecting with other people, particularly in person, which led to an insight that maybe a fully remote role wasn't the right choice for her. And then this theme around project management came up very unexpectedly, but from a number of professionals. So she tweaked her actions. See how this works? See how it's just not possible? I mean, it is possible, but it's going to be way more effective if you create your career action plan in the way that serves you and how you work. This is how you close the no, yes gap. Now, full transparency. I am a coach because coaching changed my life. I work with coaches and therapists and service providers to help me close my no, yes gap. You can do this in community. Perhaps you have a collection of people and you all support each other. Maybe you have one person that supports you. You can do this in community. You cannot do this on your own. You have been fed that lie for a reason. You get to decide what that reason is. We all know my answer: patriarchy, white supremacy, capitalism, classism, ableism. Oh, it's enough. You deserve the support you need. I have episodes on the podcast about the Career Board of Advisors. You deserve that. I can help. This is one of the biggest reasons people work with me, is to craft their career action plan, to build their momentum so that they remain clear and they remain accountable to their bravery, to their legacy. I have free spots available. If you are loving this podcast, you will just adore working with me, and I would love that opportunity to explore that with you. Send me an email, Nicole@Steinbach.com. This is the yes-no spiral. This is where magical transformations happen. You deserve that. Let's make it happen. Before you go, you can deepen and expand what you're experiencing here on the Celebrate Brave podcast by working directly with me through bespoke, results-oriented one-on-one coaching that is rooted in my proven Build Your Brave framework. As of the last client survey completed in Q1 2023, 75% of my clients from the past 2 years report they reached their unique goal. 100% of my clients, yes, 100%, report they stress less as a result of working with me. 56% report working less, and 43% report earning more. You learn how to spend less time ruminating and stressing yourself out by getting clearer and calmer within a mindset approach that is simple, effective, and specific to you. Then we work together to end the habit of overworking and overproducing by crafting a plan of momentum specific to your goals and strengths. I support you as you execute your plan, including the skills and knowledge necessary to succeed in your own accountability. And finally, you step away from the all too common pattern of under-earning and make the shifts towards being well paid in your industry, using the clarity and momentum to ensure you become the woman you want to be at work and in your life. For real. Go to tricksteinbach.com to learn more and schedule your free, no obligation consultation. Link in the show notes. You can stress and work less while you earn and live more by building the skill of bravery. Talk soon.